Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn with me, Alpha by Omega, Turkey, and the Turkey plus submod. So in the previous episode we have launched the game, finally, and we even got through most of the issues that we faced. We are recruiting, we are producing, we even have years worth of fuel stored, and we can always either import more because we do have a couple of factories left, or we can just kill the excessive usage of our energy. By the way, you can go even higher with that, but the bonuses here would get really bad. I mean, the penalties would get really bad, so the bonuses are not as good. I mean, the bonuses would be really good, but the penalties for not having enough energy would be really bad. Well, you know what I mean. Anyway, because we are so well set, I think we can go ahead and see what the game is going to throw at us. We also started a couple of first decisions. We're reaching new industries. We are getting the general media resolution, and we even started to build two dams, Kargi Dam and Yamula Dam. Okay, Netherlands are offering us another investment in the Turkish Black Sea. Okay, well, you do that. That's the second investment within a few months that we gained both from the north. Yeah, okay, guys, do your best. We are here for you, and we're gonna reap the benefits. I wonder what's gonna happen with these tourism things. Effects of unstable state. Quality and quantity decrease, alright. But they're gonna... Okay, peace will offset that. Democratic outlook will increase. Quality and quantity is gonna drop. And this one will just... Okay, so we're gonna have an increase in quality of 2 overall, I think. Ahmet Necdet Sezer versus Nevzat Yalcintaş. The 2000 Turkish presidential elections consisted of a first-round election on 27th of April 2000, followed by a second-round vote on 1st of May and a third on 5th of May. It occurred at the end of the 9th presidential Süleyman Demirel's 7-year term in office. There was a small effort to convert Turkey's presidential system into 2 terms of 5 years each, which would have given Demirel an additional 3 years, but this proposal never found widespread support. In the months leading to the vote, each of the 5 largest parliamentary parties informally endorsed their own candidates. However, with there no party with a defining majority, a neutral compromise candidate was sought and eventually found in the form of Ahmet Necdet Sezer, former president of the Turkish Constitutional Court. Sezer was endorsed by the leaders of the governing Democratic Left, Nationalist Movement and Motherland parties, as well as leaders of the opposition Virtue and True Path parties. A number of MPs broke from party lines to nominate themselves. Among them was Parliament Speaker and former Prime Minister Yildirim Akbulut, who was unable to win popular support and withdrew after the second round. A critic point. Alright, let's continue and see what we will get here. So I think that I opened the new decision for us. Yes, we have the Turkish presidential election here. And we can vote. Well, I mean, if we do nothing, then the historical candidate wins, which is Ahmet Necdet Sezer, or we can burn almost... I mean, in no point we would have enough political power to even do that. We would need, what, 15 times 30? Well, I mean, maybe it's doable. How much time do we have? 74 days. Yeah, that would probably not happen. Well, either ways, detectives discover a mafia hideout A detective in one of our rural cities has reported that he has found a potential mafia hideout. The police force is quickly trying to scramble a response as they don't know what will be in that hideout, or if it even is a mafia hideout. It is very likely that the mafia are connected to the location, but nonetheless, it will always have risks involved. So some things are better left alone. We lose a little bit of stability, but gain a lot of political power, and mafia influence increases by 1. What do you mean they're scrambling a response? Prepare one and do it quickly. 60 and 40%, or allocate all the resources you can. We spend 10 billion political power and we have a 90 to 10% chance that it's gonna work out. Now, considering mafia is one of the main things we need to deal with here, where are they? Here. The influence is 45. We need to keep it below 60. And if we get it below 35, we will be able to strike against them in a better way. So I think it's worth just going after them as much as we can right off the bat. Sorry about that little skip. Well, as I was saying, we will need to hit Mafia as hard as we can right off the bat to get rid of them, because they are bringing us quite a lot of nasty modifiers, and we do not want to be a Mafia state, or Mafia-controlled state, or any kind of state any way aligned with Mafia. So let's hope that things are gonna work out for us, because 9 to 1 chance is good. Hideout cleared safely. Everything has gone perfectly in our latest operation. The hideout was quickly cleared out by our units, and several suspects were caught by surprise. Mafia influence decreased by 1. There you go, that's how you do it. Alright, so the construction here continues. The repairs are also continuing. 18th of May. Oh, fair enough. So the corruption strikes are gonna give us stability, but will eliminate a lot of our political power. But hey, plus 5, that's 36. It's really not bad. And what's next? Oh yeah, then we have to decide the corruption reduction. This is actually really good, because corruption is one of our biggest detriments. At this point, as you can see, systematic corruption is lowering our research speed, factory output, ideology drift defense, counterintelligence. We lose 15% of our taxes, and those are the important ones. And if we go just one step lower, we gain quite a lot. Actually, and even 5% of our taxes are gonna be retrieved, so, you know. And we have, weirdly, 2 choices here. Either we hurt the popularity of our main party, or we gain 75 political power. So it's kind of a easy picking for me. We will go, and pretty much gives me what we lose here, so we just gain stability in this one, and then this one we lower corruption. And then there's some kind of Hezbollah scandal. I have to Google that after the recording and see what it means. Alright, Cyprus seeks NATO membership. Alright, new allies. And Turkish people's expectation from 2000s. Our people want and dream about a much stronger Turkey in the 2000s. We are going to be strong and indestructible in the following years, as we hope. Cool, it gave us 25 political power, and we have stability 35. Does that? It doesn't affect tax in this mod, it seems. No, just factory output, naval output, radicalization, migration, productivity. Yeah, it doesn't affect tax, just the productivity. Alright, Estonia seeks NATO membership. Alright, so it will never change the amount of factories that we're getting, but it will help with a lot of other things. Mostly the political power gain. Oh, and I do not have... Cool. I did not select a focus. So corruption operations in banks. We're gonna go with that one. You guys are locked as I thought. Anything else that's open? No, just friend or foe. Alright, so let's go with this one. And once we get it, we will actually elevate the civil service administration to centralized bureaucratic state. Because the 0.5 daily political power is actually a really good thing. And there's one more thing why we need to do it, and that's because we are not actually fulfilling the needs of our people. So we are getting some protests, and if we get that, they will be happy with us. And interestingly, it doesn't really change the... changes the... yeah, it's a 10% penalty to construction speed. So overall 56.84. It's not bad. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. PKK launch an attack. The PKK has launched an attack on our unit station in the Kurdistan region in an attempt to push them out. This has increased their strength, and if it keeps up, then PKK will eventually break off. Alright, so let's look at the system just so that we know what's going on. So there was... where the hell are they? PKK. Here they are. Alright. So they currently have aggressiveness 39, strength 35. If we say them, their aggressiveness decreases by 3. Their strength increases by 2. Alright, aggressiveness will decrease. Alright. Oh yeah, it decreases by 0.5 per week. Oh god, if we launch a counterattack, we hurt their strength by 1, but we increase their aggressiveness by 10, which means that they are more likely to attack us. Alright, we use a little bit of political power, but we decrease their strength, and that's the important one. Alright, let's launch a counterattack. We will not let you screw with us this way. That's just not gonna happen. Turkey strong. Turkey here. Yeah, we need to increase our GDP per capita. Well, the power plant is gonna help with that significantly, and then we can start building some civilian industries. I would like it very much if we could get some more investments. I think actually getting on the good side of the United States would be good. Slovenia seeks NATO membership and Treaty of Aqua. Nepal took 1 state. We have exceedingly good relations with them. Let me see the relations here. So United Kingdom, Belgium, Canada. Yeah, Netherlands 110. So if we could improve relations with, I guess, United Kingdom and United States, they are more likely to invest in us. I thought that's how it works. We'll see. Maoist forces crushed in defeat and extremist groups lose popularity. What is that? An increasing number of former jihadists have grown disillusioned with religious extremism and are abandoning their cause. This trend is decreasing the likelihood of terror attacks. Okay, terror threat changed by 5, from 25 to 20. Radicalization changed by -2, from 5 to 3, I guess. And remove youth radicalization. Alright. The Maoist forces crushed in defeat. Oh yeah, that's Nepal. We saw that already. Stability is now 37, which is really good. Man, you're gonna really change a lot for us, won't you? Investment offer from the United States. Speaking of which, they want to build infrastructure. Sure, be my guests. Okay, research is ongoing, that's fine. I wanted to check the finances. How's the... We're about 3 billion per week in deficit. It's not really great. Not much we can do. If we stopped using the civilian complexes, that's 0.7. Tax revenue is gonna go up significantly though, so that's gonna help. India recognizes Tibet as Chinese. In an attempt to speed up resolution of the border dispute, India and China on Tuesday agreed to appoint a special representative to explore, from the political perspective of the overall bilateral relationship, a framework on the boundary settlement. In the first ever joint declaration of principles of relation and comprehensive cooperation signed by the Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee and his Chinese counterpart Wen Jiabao, India recognized that the Tibetan Autonomous Region is a part of the territory of the People's Republic of China. God, I butchered that description. And United Russia re-elected Vladimir Putin single-handedly defeated all the challengers. Well, welcome to the bloc. United Russia, emerging outlook. Here he is, political dominance. Well, I don't think he brings anything good to the table, to be quite honest, at this point, so we'll just have to deal with him when the time comes. So is there anything that we might want to do? I think we... 0.1% of GDP. That would be good, but 0.1% of GDP for us at this point? That is really bad. So 1% would be 1.1 billion, and this is 0.1. So it would be about 150 million. Georgian election. Union of Citizens of Georgia re-elected. Yeah, but that's still legal, right? Yeah. What are the outlooks? Can I see it somewhere? These are movements. PKK launched another attack. Alright, and Turkish Cypriot election. Ranf Denktaş forms new government. Best an outlook. Okay. Let's launch a counter-attack. Regarding the next steps, I think we have to burn through the PKK support, these ones, make anti-PKK propaganda in the world. Then we get to remind the world that the PKK is a communist, which will give us extra political power. Then more war support and political power. Then stability and political power. Yeah. Do we have the... Where's the PKK? Ceasefire Kurdish trouble. How's the fire called? Modify support of the PKK in the outside world. Ah, here it is, yeah. Stability and 0.5 political power. Not great. Russia requests the US to pay for airlift to Afghanistan. Russia's request for assistance in funding the airlift operation to supply the Northern Alliance in Afghanistan has been met with mockery from the global community. Despite their military power, Russia's reluctance to foot the bill has drawn criticism, with many questioning their commitment to the cause. Some have even suggested that Russia should reconsider its priorities and focus on addressing its own economic woes. Supplies began to flow into Afghanistan at the end of September, with ammunition and military hardware being delivered via pontoon bridges built by Russia's 201st Division over the Pyanj River that divides Tajikistan and Afghanistan, as reported by Nezavismaya Gazeta. Where have all the money gone? That's a great question. Investment offer from the Netherlands. Infrastructure, and this is a downright infrastructure. Amazing. In Adana. That one I appreciate. Because we do not really have that much infrastructure. And I believe Adana might... Or it has only one. Alright, but I mean if they improve it, there's no hurt in that, right? Subsidized Western culture, Salafism. Let's put this one there. Oh, this one is good. Stabilize the sectarian votes. Gives us 0.5 stability weekly. Alright, I'll take that. Stability is 44 right now, and we have a growing weekly bonus. Good. And with you guys coming, we're gonna get more money, and we can then fight against the PKK in the world. Alright, victory of Ahmed Necdet Sezer. In a decisive victory, Ahmed Necdet Sezer has been elected as the 10th president of Turkey in the 2000 presidential election. The Grand National Assembly of Turkey cast their votes, and Sezer secured a significant majority, earning widespread support from various political parties. Ahmed Necdet Sezer, a distinguished jurist and former Chief Justice of the Turkish Constitutional Court, emerged as the consensus candidate during the election process. Known for his impartiality, integrity, and commitment to upholding the rule of law, Sezer was widely respected across the political spectrum. Throughout the election campaign, Sezer emphasized the importance of maintaining the country's secular values, protecting democratic institutions, and promoting social harmony. He addressed the concern of various interest groups, promising to be a unifying figure for all Turks. After the election results were announced, President-elect Sezer delivered a humble and forward-looking acceptance speech, expressing his gratitude for the trust placed in him by the assembly members. He reaffirmed his dedication to serving the nation with fairness and transparency, promising to work towards a stronger and more prosperous Turkey. Ahmed Necdet Sezer's victory marks a moment of continuity and stability for the Turkish Republic. His wealth of legal experience and principled approach to governance have instilled confidence among both citizens and the international community. As the new president, Sezer's vision for Turkey focuses on strengthening democratic institutions, advancing human rights, fostering economic growth, and addressing social inequalities. His leadership is expected to shape a path forward, further progress and development for the nation. With the presidential election now concluded, the nation looks ahead to a new chapter under the guidance of President Ahmed Necdet Sezer. The hope is that his presidency will be characterized by a commitment to the ideals of modern, inclusive, and prosperous Turkey. So we get more political power gain every day, and we get extra stability. So we're now at 44, and Sweden seeks NATO membership. Nicely done. Sorry for another skip, this ain't my day, but anyway, I think we are about to wrap it up. Anyway, we have a new president, which is helping our stability, maybe? I thought he did, but maybe we had more with the previous one. So let's just finish the corruption operations in banks, and we'll use the political power to start fighting the PKK, and we'll call that a day. Although it's 13th of May, which means that we will soon finish repairing one of those factories that were broken in the earthquake, and that's going to speed up the construction of the power plant that we're getting. And then we can start working on the actual civilian industry, which is 38,000, while the fossil fuel power plant is 10,000. Alright, it's going to take a little bit more time to work on those. Police seize drug cargo. A group of officers stumbled across a suspicious cargo container, and once they opened it up, they were astonished. Large quantities of illegal drugs were smuggled into the country through an unknown network, and locals are eager to catch the suspect. Well, they must have been for medical use, right? We can get political power and 15 billion. The mafia influence increases by 2. I want an investigation immediately, or allocate all the resources you can. 81 and 18. Oh, we're gonna go after them. We already said so. So let's hope that 1 in 5 chance is gonna be good enough for us. Alright, 4 more days, and we'll be done with this. Could really use the money, but I really... Oh man! Investigation results to nothing. So they increased the strength anyway. We didn't get anything, and we spent money and political influence. Great. Transitional national government formed in Somalia. Alright, Ethiopia and Eritrea signed the white peace, and we finished the corruption operations in banks. So with that said, we can go ahead and start working on the Hezbollah scandal, which is going to lower our stability slightly, but give us 100 political power, which in itself is, you know, good enough. And we're working on the stabilization of the sectarian woes, so stability is increasing anyway, so we can take a little bit of a hit. And we're just going to go ahead and start working on the PKK. Didn't we want to, though? Didn't we want to? Where is it? Yeah, we wanted the centralized bureaucrat state. We need to get that one. That is such a big difference in political power. Yeah, 2.71 per day with the Hezbollah scandal, right? Yeah, so that is such a huge difference. So we really need to get that one. But now we're getting enough. We can start working properly on the other things. And yep, we fixed the factory, which means you're gonna be done on 21st of June 2000, and then we're gonna start working on the factories. So the power plant is gonna remove the penalty that we're getting here. It's a slight penalty, you know, but it is still a penalty. 0.4, a little bit to stability, and yeah, generally speaking, it's good. So let's end this by reading about the ceasefire between Ethiopia and Eritrea. The government of Ethiopia and Eritrea have agreed to cease hostilities and declare a ceasefire. Ever since the conflict started in 1998, the Organization of African Unity has been trying to propose a peace plan to solve the border conflict between the two countries. It seems that the countries have finally agreed to try and solve their issues peacefully. Nicely done, lads. Alright, well, on that note, we're ending this first episode, the second one where we're playing, and I'm really happy with how it's going so far. So let's just hope that we're gonna continue the trajectory. Really, the important part is gonna be increasing our stability even further. We are getting a little bit more money, and when things settle down a little bit, we will start removing a bit of those leases, because that is going to be important for us, because we cannot maintain the leases for indefinite amount of time unless we dramatically increase the income. So that's going to be one thing that we need to keep in mind. So till next time, you guys take care.